As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Fil-A-Cruiser, and we have with us from he's acting with the Ross County Sheriff's Department right now, Tim Boltonhouse. He's the D.A.R.E officer for Chillicothe City Schools. And we also have with us the ever lovely Corinne Woods. Good to see you. Uh, and currently, where are you in regards to school?
I am in my fourth year of undergrad for pre-med as my major, and I will be graduating in the spring.
From?
Shawnee State University.
That's where I thought. I just wanted to make sure we knew because I would have blurted something out completely. But toy drive. Let's talk about the why first of all that you wanted to do this project, and then we'll get into the hows of how people can participate.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely for sure, I think this is a wonderful cause. I think it's very good for Chillicothe to do as a whole. One thing that really stood out to me when I was thinking about it is that I think it's very important for families to get to celebrate Christmas, celebrate the holidays all together, and be able to like provide their children with a good experience during Christmas, and kind of just having everyone come together. And another reason is definitely because I'm always trying to look for ways to help my community, especially since I've been super duper busy during school. I haven't really had the time to, be able to do as much as I would normally do or want to do. So this is why I really wanted to step on board on this and definitely help out as much as I can, because I think it's a really good cause.
We got to know Corinne back when she was just a little kid, and Little Blessings came along, a 501(c)(3) group, and you've done a lot to help out the police department over the years with drug
Mhm.
dogs and things of that sort, and now helping the kids, which pretty close and dear to everybody's hearts.
Absolutely.
And Tim Boldenhouse, you've been with the Chillicothe Police Department. You're now working with the Ross County Sheriff's Department as well, involved with the city's schools. And I think the first time I saw you in action was at an event with kids. So great tie in here as well.
Yeah. Um, I've been affiliated with kids for the last 20, well, now it's 27 years since my oldest is 27. So, um, that don't mean I'm experienced very well with them, but it means I know them pretty well. I think it's because we all act about the same age, kids and I. So, um, yeah, I think this is our third or fourth year with Fil-A-Cruiser. Every year it gets bigger and bigger. The year before last, we helped it was over 300 individuals, which ended up being about 75 families with doing what we can to help them during the holidays and for Christmas.
Now, that's fantastic. You'll have three locations where people can fill the cruiser. Will you have three separate cruisers involved in this too?
So we call it Fil-A-Cruiser because of the police department affiliation. Unfortunately, it's hard to, just take a cruiser. Most every cruiser is 24 hours a day, 7 day a week, 365 days a year. It has to be used. So I will get I'll get a cruiser there as often as I can to the places, but I guess for lack of a better term, because it's going to go to the police department's affiliated, sheriff's office affiliated. We said Fil-A-Cruiser. Toys for Tots was already taken, so we couldn't use that.
What has been the response so far? You've done this for 3 or 4 years now. People ought to know it's time to give toys to the kids.
Right. Response has been great. And I think the best response probably occurs on the morning of December 25th when kids wake up and are stuff there. It's so easy and I know personally I probably have, it's easy for a lot of families to take for granted that on Christmas morning they wake up, they open presents, and I don't know, I think a lot of people just assume that everybody's doing that. That's not the case. And so that's where we like to step in and hey, we want to make it happen for everybody that we can.
Corinne, you have a special story. Uh, I think it's well known that you started your life in a different country. And
I
then
did.
here comes mom and dad in a new form, and what a story that has been. And what's it like to be able to give back to kids these days in this fashion?
I think that it's wonderful. One thing that I've always told myself is if I'm able to, give, if I'm able to provide, I'm definitely going to do that because, not everyone can do that. But if you are able to, I think it's really important because it's very much appreciated. Like it goes a long way. It really does.
Yeah. And so all it takes for you really is to purchase an unopened toy and then just drop it off, right?
Hmm.
Any suggestions as far as age category?
So we have it's been great. We're actually at Carter's, the clothing store by Dick's Sporting Goods Rally House. We're there this year because in the years past we've got toys and clothing geared toward, let's say, 8 to 13-year-old children, where like the infants and toddlers were sort of left out. We had some toddler clothing, but infants, no, not so much. So Carter's had let us in. This year we do have Carter's. We have Dollar General across from Veterans Parkway. I believe we'll have Dollar General on East Main Street, Tractor Supply. I know I'm going to forget somebody, and I apologize for it. Rural King again this year is also participating. We'd like to be able to get into the stores. We'd love to be able to get diapers. We'd love to be able to get like infant supplies, and that is something we have lacked as far as donations in the years past. Now, any monetary donation we would always take, and we would get the needs for the babies, the infants, and the toddlers. But I don't know, a lot of folks when they go out and they want to buy the present, which the kids love. But the diapers, the formula, the things like that are, those are the things that, a lot of folks forget. And so we're trying to get into places where where folks can get that stuff to donate. Sam's Club gave a donation too, and we're still actively boots on the ground, trying to get more companies, more places. We would love to have as big a diversified company base as what we possibly can. Because a lot of the places sell, I don't want to say specialized clothing, but or toys, but I can't go to AutoZone and get somebody a 5-year-old something for Christmas. So we're trying to find the places that the kids are going to, enjoy the stuff from.
Right.
Now, I would love AutoZone gift card, but it's not.
And I've seen they've had Hot Wheels and things like that, so a lot of kids will enjoy that. Corinne, what is your crux of participation? What will we see you at all these collection spots as a elf of some sort?
Well, if I can definitely stop by and I have some free time, I will definitely do that. I would love to show up there and kind of encourage people to donate for sure. For me personally, on behalf of like Little Blessings, what I want to do is to be able to donate $800 so that because I thought about getting things, that you guys have asked for, but then after putting some thought into it, I was thinking like, this will be able to fill in any gaps that might have not necessarily been filled that like maybe you do need the needs like you've been talking about and you weren't able to get those specific donations. With this monetary donation, I thought that you guys would be able to just get
Wow.
any of the things that you need.
Sure, yeah, that's
And
amazing.
as you
Okay.
mentioned, you'd like to get these necessities brought in and everything, but you can fill a cruiser by uh, a monetary donation, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our D.A.R.E organization, we have a drug-free club of Chillicothe, and we're a 501c3 also. So any donation, I can provide a 1099 for donations or anything, or a W-2 for donations. Every single penny that is brought in and D.A.R.E will add to it also. So basically, whatever comes in, I'm hoping D.A.R.E can donate the same amount, and so donating $800, which is absolutely amazing. So I mean, right now we're looking at $1,600 for the families.
Fantastic. And if anyone watching would like to match that, that only makes it better, right?
Absolutely. That's why I wanted to add too. I kind of wanted to challenge local businesses and organizations to see if they like want to donate as well.
Yeah, we're towards the end of the year and everybody's looking for a tax deduction of some sort. Why not to
Sure.
Fil-A-Cruiser, right? Um, Before we wrap up here, Corinne, if you could tell us what's the status of Little Blessings these days? Like we mentioned early on, you've helped buy drug dogs or the protective vests for these dogs and everything over the years. Uh, has that changed in any fashion for you?
So I've kind of, done a whole variety of things. For the past couple years, I have been able to do little projects in my community at Portsmouth. So, specifically, I was able to get hand warmers, gloves, hats, socks, just those types of things for whenever it gets really, really cold. And I was able to donate those to some of the people that were less fortunate and homeless in Portsmouth. And so that's what I've done couple years ago. And then most recently, I did something for Chillicothe. So, the restaurant, Amen, Let's Eat.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get a lot of different ingredients for him so that he can make a lot of different meals. We went to Sam's Club. We kind of just got all these different things that would be kind of easy to make, but also in bulk to help out. So those are a couple things that I've done recently. Some future plans that I plan on doing are getting school supplies so that I can kind of put those in schools that are near. I kind of want to do Portsmouth area surrounding schools there and even Kentucky schools.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I want to do coming up for the next summer. Some other projects that I've done throughout the years, I've done where I made these tackle discard tubes at their place at Yoctangi Park, Cider Trail, Tar Hollow, Ross Lake. And what they are PVC pipes, and they have this little twist in at the bottom that you can unscrew and then get all the trash from pushing something at the top. They're kind of shaped like a candy cane.
Yeah.
And so any trash that's discarded in there, it can be placed into a bucket and then put into the garbage. So what that kind of does is makes it so there's not as much garbage or trash around the environment, like around the lakes and stuff, so that people don't. It's better for the animals and the people, so that animals aren't, trying to they're not tangled in it. People aren't stepping all over it. So that's another project I've done. I did food drives. Like that was one of the first projects I've ever done, where I raised over 13,000 pounds of food for the Good Samaritan Food Pantry. There's a lot of different projects that I've completed over the years, and I'm trying to think of them off the top of my head. Oh, YMCA, I had a homeless event. That was one of my other first projects that I've done. And we just were able to give haircuts, blood glucose screenings, fresh. My mom's being silly.
I was gonna say, Mom's in the background, I can tell.
Yes, she's trying to help me remember what I've done. They're able to get like hot showers, hot meals, clothing, blankets, all the necessities they might need, toiletries.
When
Those
do
are the
you
ones.
rest, young lady?
Huh?
I said, when do you rest?
Not a lot, but we're on a break right now, so hopefully I'll get some rest, especially for Christmas break too. I think that I'll get some time because I've been absolutely busy lately.
Fantastic. You've been a tremendous asset to our community here, but also now in your current community down in the Portsmouth area. So
Yes, and I will say, I guess some other future plans that I plan on doing is that I'm going to go to med school next year in Athens, so I really want to get connected with that community and see what I can do to help the people there.
making a difference wherever you go. That's good news.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Hey, Tim, she's a Chillicothe graduate, buddy.
I've heard that. I didn't know Corinne. I mean, I've never met her personally face to face. So yesterday I got a message from one of the police dispatchers to reach out to Corinne's mom. I had no idea what I was, what I was calling about. I was just returning a call, and then it took her mom 15 minutes to tell me about 1% of how great Corinne has done. we didn't have time. Both of our batteries were dying on our phone, or she could have, we could have still been talking about all the accomplishments that Corinne has done, and just the diversity that she's gone through throughout the years, and just how she's came out on top. I mean, this is an amazing kid that I've never met in my life, but I know that I'm working with greatness here, and just based off of what I've heard from her in a brief couple moments. But I'm looking forward to this. I had heard of Little Blessings, of course, through our canine department. I mean, she has some of the highest trained dogs in the entire country in her backyard. So, so I'd heard of Little Blessings, but I was never able to put a face with the name. But very excited to just to be able to work alongside or remotely with Corinne.
I'm happy that we were able to facilitate an opportunity to at least kind of meet face to face, although it being technically, but
Sure.
still, one of these days, sooner or later, you're going to meet in person.
I
So,
will. I will. We've kind of connected, and we do have plans to contact each other next week, kind of get things going. With Corinne, we've Keys to Success is also going to be part of this, and our Keys to Success president, Bella Flores, is going to play a major role, and Vicky Bartlett will also be playing a major role in this venture this year as well. So kind of taking a little weight off of me and the wife, because actually I'm not organized. I think I've told you this before. My wife is extremely organized. She makes me look good. So if my wife and the rest of them can really get this thing going, I'll lift stuff if that's what they need.
we all need to do some type of heavy lifting at some point in time. So, Corinne, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us how we can find out more about Little Blessings?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a Facebook page. It should be called Little Blessings Inc. And then it has a logo of our wings. And it might say the motto on it, which says helping our community one little blessing at a time. So I can also send you a link too as
Sure.
well.
That sounds great. And Tim, of course, the D.A.R.E program, just about any kid in Chillicothe City Schools knows who you are right now. And we appreciate your efforts through the city and now the county too. So,
Sure. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll be, two counties. Who knows? Tri-state area.
maybe a state patrol at some point in time.
Well, yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
appreciate you both getting together with us here today, and we'll let Tim get back to watching the streets of Ross County, and Corinne enjoying some time home for the holidays. Good to see you. Thank you again, and we'll see you soon. Filling a cruiser.
Thank you, Mr. Ramey, and thank you, Corinne.
Yes. Thank you to both of you guys. I appreciate it.
Sure thing. And thank you for watching as well here on another edition of Litter Media.